let's get into it. So now we're going from one problematic child to another one. Let's talk about Todrick. Now, it's been a minute since we talked about Todrick Hall on this show, but apparently he is overseas. Talk about somebody that understood where his talent resides. So he's over on the West End right now performing in Burlesque, and people jumped on social media with some shady comments to which Todrick took time out of his day, or as he would say, his busy schedule, to showcase on his Instagram all the hate that he was receiving. So Todrick has issued a statement regarding his experience with Burlesque the musical, currently running in the West End. So now, Hall directs and choreographs a production which earned solid write-ups when it opened at the Savoy last week. He also performs in the role of Sean while writing a selection of numbers that feature in the production. The show was surrounded in controversy during its rehearsal and preview period. Now, screenshotting a comment section from the Facebook channel Musicals Daily, Hall said, wait, hold on, because actually let's go over to his Instagram, because we love a receipt over on this channel. And let's see what the people were saying. So yeah, he posted this. He said, where some people was like, how does every single thing associated with Todrick, and we'll read what he had to say in a second, come to a place that is problematic? Todrick Hall and flooded with issues groundbreaking. Another person said, Jackie Burns isn't here anymore. I'm not interested. Todrick Hall equals big mess. Another person put, Todrick Hall is directing now. I definitely won't see it, even if he isn't in the show now. Give him no money, guys. I wonder, where's all this circulating from? Is it because of all the stuff, but I was talking about he don't pay his dancers and all this other stuff? Because I'm like, where is the controversy coming from? Because I don't understand. Like, color me naive. Is this all due to all the stuff that he was accused of in the past, where people felt that he was problematic and he's done a lot of troll things and he don't pay his damn, all the stuff that has come out over the years and the harassment of stuff of people on his team and people that were his former assistants? Tommy Italiano, I'm gonna need you to get on this thing. I need to know what's the tea. Because I'm sure you probably know. But I'm like, is that what all this is stemming from? Because I don't feel like it was broken down enough for me to get like why all of a sudden, because y'all heard Todrick Hall is a part of Burlesque, that all of this stuff is coming out. Is there because there's something that was happening behind the scenes of Burlesque that I don't know about? So he went on and said this. He said, imagine waking up every day and reading these comments from strangers that have never met you, knowing your cast has seen and read them, then having to go on stage night after night, smile, and try to perform under these circumstances. I can't imagine that there's a single theater kid in the world who hasn't been bullied, yet we grow up just to bully other creators on social media. I am a human being whose life has already been harder than most enough. I'm aware that something I say may be taken out of context, so please please charge it to my head and not my heart. None of these articles that have come out about our show have ever mentioned me, but the fingers are all pointing in my direction. All right, where I go? Because I was like scrolling down, I lost my space. Oh, hold on. Oh, they said, but the fingers all point in my direction. I'm a strong human. I've had to be, but every human has their breaking point. Keyboard warriors, please be careful of the things you say about people on the internet. Reminder, we are not curing cancer here. We are making a show for entertainment in a world that is already so divided. We as the theater community should stand together and not find joy in ripping apart our own art form that is already struggling to keep shows open and art alive. Thank you to creators like Mickey Joe Theater, who gave their honest opinions while also uplifting the art form and protecting the creators who make it. I've seen your comment section, Mickey. Thank you for defending me. Not your job, but it speaks volumes of your character. Come see our fabulous show, Burlesque the Musical UK, if you can even get a ticket. 5 stars, sold out with a nightly standing ovation. That's what Burlesque is. So some people in the comments say, you are a Black male queer artist. These assets become burdens when those that fear us. Oh, that's from We Are You Radio. Shut up. Well, I know who that is. And it said, these assets become burdens when those that fear us use them against us. Seeing this negativity is sure to weigh heavily on anyone in your position. Beyonce just finished the world tour, and the naysayer said she did everything wrong. Many said she shouldn't represent country music, and yet represent she did. It may be hard, but stop looking at the comments and look at your journey. You deserve to be right the F where you are. People are going to paint a narrative that differs from your true character. Draw your power from the people that have worked and respected you as an artist. The other BS be damned. Much success to you, brother. You got this. Make the girls eat it. And I always say, even Doug Spearman from Noah's Ark was up in the comments, said, keep doing you. You're amazing. And then another person said, wait, who's Orphea? Do I know that person? I'm trying to see if I can pop open their thing, but it's not opening up. So, Todrick, I could flood this comment section with enough words to make Britannica nervous, but let's cut to the truth. You're brilliant, full stop. Getting to share the stage with you every night is a damn joy. I know the second we lock into a scene, it's going to be a live, electric, hilarious and heartfelt AF and unforgettable. The noise online doesn't hold a candle to the real thing. You doing what only you can do. And you make it all look so effortless, which bugged the F out of people. Trust me, I know. Keep shining, my love. I see you. We all see you. Thank you for everything, Todrick. So look, a lot of people are pouring in and saying a lot of positive comments on his page. And you want to know something? Even whether or not you like Todrick or not, I'm being neutral in this conversation. Yeah, don't focus on the negative comments, but it's hard to do that when it's like you revert back to the negativity, because even when you have 50,000 positive comments in your situation, that one comment, that one negative comment sticks with you. Same thing like with I had Roro had to talk me off the ledge yesterday when I went and I was having a conversation about Malcolm Jamal Warner, and I had brought up a topic about there was some information that came out at the time, and I reported on it, and people was jumping on my stop making up stories and stop lying and all this other stuff about his daughter was in the water with him when he drowned, and I'm like, this was the information that came out at the time, which forced someone to have to come in and clarify what had happened. So when the information is what it is at the time, and people don't apparently look at timelines or when stuff is posted, y'all just watch things and just feel that y'all bold in y'all situation and just be keyboard warriors and say some stuff and think people won't clap the fuck back. Well, you don't know me, because I will cuss your ass out in a New York minute. But with all that aside, sometimes you got to realize, like, you can't let the negative comments bother you, but you have to realize, like, yeah, at the end of the day, I'm a human being. Sometimes that stuff gets to you, but then it's like you release it, you say what you said, you move on. And then, but most of the time things don't bother me. But when certain things come up online and that are triggers, I'm gonna go in and cuss you out. So you get one every now and again. But for the most part, water off a duck's back. I do have a relative thick skin, and you have to be in this. If you're gonna be in this industry, you have to develop a thick skin. Who knows? Maybe Todrick has changed. He's not the same person that he was when he was younger. When they say when you know better, you do better. And some people, when they've been hurt by you, they're gonna hold on to those things or a perception of who they think you are, and they're going to run with that narrative. But it's like, as long as you know who you are at the end of the day, as long as you surround yourself with people who truly know who you are and know your character and know you as a human being, you're not going to don't let those things bother you. But Todrick is still young. He still has to get to a place in his life where he can make peace with, somebody always going to be out here hating. And we understand it is harder for people who are, especially if you're a queer person of color, and all the strides that Todrick has had to make as an independent artist and trying to figure out how he's going to navigate through the world and stuff. And yeah, it's going to be harder on him. And so just keep doing you. So I do wonder, like, where all of this, where all this stuff is stemmed from, where people are going in and just saying negative things. I just need to know what was the full story, because the stories that I was reading on this didn't really give a lot of information on where all this stemmed from. Y'all just went and said that people just started trolling him online when they were giving a review of Burlesque the musical. I don't know. I haven't read any reviews on Burlesque the musical, so I don't know if it's a good show or not. I do hope that it gets to a point where it comes from the West End and it actually comes to the United States, because I would definitely love to see it. And that was the same thing, like when especially, one other thing that resonated with me is that when he went and brought up the fact that, yeah, it's harder, especially if you're a person of color in the theater space. Because look, shout out to Conrad Ricamora, who y'all know from How to Get Away with Murder. He was also in a play called Here Lies Love, but I absolutely love, and that closed. He was also on the show in the movie Fire Island. He recently started a fund, like a foundation, because there was a play that I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it was a play that Darren Criss was in that he just won the Tony for, and he's stepping. I think it's like the first play or whatever that's fronted, I guess, where it's an Asian play and it's got a predominantly Asian cast, first Filipino American to get the Tony, whatever the case was. I think, if I'm not mistaken. And he is stepping down. They're putting a white actor in his place, which sparked a lot of controversy. And Conrad is like, well, we need he started this foundation as a way to get Asian Pacific Islander, or I was gonna say, is it APAC? Because that'd be the worst thing to know what APAC is. But the Asian Pacific Islander community to, the foundation is being used to provide tools for Asian Americans or Asian artists to have the wherewithal, so that way they can, it's a scholarship to like help out with performing and all that other stuff. So he started that out of a necessity because, yeah, there is a lot of Asian erasure, and not even that, but just people of color. Especially when we went on Patty LuPone making that comment about Keisha and talking about, well, how many plays have you done? It's like, but wait a minute, sis, you're a white woman in the Broadway world. Of course, you're going to have way more opportunities than someone who's Black or a person of color. So let's not play that game, niece. So yeah, so I totally understand where Todrick is coming from, good, bad, indifferent. I get where he's, what he's saying. So if y'all notice, he definitely slipped down in the comments and let me know. But in the meantime, I definitely want to hear from y'all. What do you think of this story? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments down below.